The final category tonight at the One World Media Awards is always the special award given to an independent media organization based in a developing country. The young man with me in the picture on the screen, there he is, Emin Huseyinov of Objective TV in Azerbaijan. He accepted the special award on behalf of his colleagues in 2013. A year later, as part of what looks very much like a crackdown on journalists and human rights activists, Objective TV was closed by the state, and Emin sought refuge in the Swiss embassy in Baku, dyeing his hair blonde to get past the Azeri police guards outside. We have maintained contact with those campaigning for Emin's release and are happy to report he was flown to safety in Switzerland a few days ago. But Emin's experience is not unusual in a global climate of mistrust and misrule. As John Willis said right at the beginning, journalists on the front line of world events are constantly at risk, if not from governments, from volatile environments. For those who are documenting those conditions from within, the obstacles are even greater. And that's what makes the One World Media Special Award so very important. This year, the competition for the special award has been even stronger. The judges narrowed it down to the three most exceptional nominees, all good examples of how important media is in providing an outlet for local people's voices, creating a space for critical information, holding those in power to account. The three nominees are Tribal News Network, Pakistan, Walad Al-Bilad from Egypt, and Front Page Africa, Liberia. This year, a member of the winning organization will receive a place on CNN's professional training program, the CNN Journalism Fellowship, and we break with tradition here to reveal the winner in a short video.
Established 3 years ago, Walad Al-Balad Media is Egypt's first and only network of locally based integrated newsrooms. It is the sole publisher of weekly local newspapers in the country. To do so, Walad Al-Balad has trained all of its own staff, set up its own distribution networks, devised a unique decentralized workflow, and is developing an innovative business model. Walad Al-Balad is not just a provider of public service journalism. Walad Al-Balad is a community builder working with local actors to express community needs, aspirations, and identity.
قبل الثورة كانت كل الجرايد ليها اتجاهات وليها أهداف معينة. إحنا ملناش اتجاه محدد. بنكتب اللي احنا بنحبه واللي احنا شايفينه وبنوصل صوت الناس.
بدل ما حد بيجي يتكلم عن المجتمع ويبص له من فوق شايف المكان من بعيد، بيبقى واحد وسط الناس بيتكلم عن الناس فبيبقى حاسس بيهم. يعني احنا كل القضايا او المشاكل اللي بنرصدها بنبقى احنا بنعيشها.
The story is not always political turmoil, elections, and security concerns. More often, it is transportation problems, local economy, village football, agriculture, local poets debating their work, and music, health, medicine, and local government.
على جانب الرقابة الشعبية فنحن نجحنا نجاحا كبيرا أن نراقب السلطات التنفيذية في المجتمع المحلي.
كنا بننزل نصور قبل وبعد، بنوصل صوتنا للمسؤولين وبنوصل الصورة وصوت الناس للمسؤول.
كتير بيتم معاقبتنا من قبل المسؤولين، وخصوصا يعني الفترة الأخيرة لما زميلة من الزملاء عرضت أحد المشاكل في وجود أحد الوزراء، كان ده السبب في انه اتمنعت عن الجريدة البيانات الإعلامية والدعوات للخروج لمتابعة زيارة الوزراء.
ولاد البلد بعد ما راحت وجت وأصدرت جرايد وطلعت أونلاين وعملت SMS وكبرت إلى آخره، بنعمل ده ليه؟ وده حاجة لازم نفكر نفسنا بيها طول الوقت، إنه إحنا بنعمل ده علشان ندي صوت للناس اللي موجودين في أنحاء مصر اللي ملهمش صوت. وده الهدف النهائي. قد يبدو ان هو كلام كبير بس هو كلام حقيقي جدا، وطول ما احنا فاكرين ده طول ما ولاد البلد دي هيكون ليها معنى وهيكون ليها تواجد. ولاد البلد, the new face of Egyptian journalism.
I'd like to invite on stage Greg Beischman, Vice President of Content and Partnerships at CNN, to present this special award.
Well, thanks everyone. I'll make it fast. This is actually the final award. As you know, we're just delighted to be associated with it. We're delighted to be here tonight with One World Media Awards. This award is really, I think, what One World Media stands for. It's also really what CNN stands for, about bringing transparency to the world, about bringing the world's untold stories out into the media world so that the world can improve ultimately. We are really, really pleased to be having a member of Walad al-Walad attend our CNN Journalism Fellowship with us sometime later this year in Atlanta. We've had about 900 journalists over the past 30 years. Ted Turner put together the program in 1989 to sort of share the spirit of CNN and share the values of CNN with the wider world of journalism. And so we're really delighted to be welcoming them to the program later this year. But without further ado, let me welcome on stage the director of Walad al-Walad. It's Faterna Farag. Please join us on stage to receive your award.
Good evening. It is such an honor to be here and to be receiving this in the name of Walad al-Balad. To understand why Walad al-Balad is really so important is to consider that Egypt is a country of 90 million people with absolutely nothing outside of centralized media production. Centralized in Cairo, in the capital and its agenda, centralized in the hands of the state and big business. Walad al-Balad was set up 3.5 years ago to create an alternative. I'll never forget what one of the young women who works with us told me in Upper Egypt from her village as we sat and we discussed why she would participate in Walad al-Balad and become a journalist. And she said to me, I'm tired of people telling me who I am. They may be right, but I want to say that for myself. To give her voice, to give everyone who works within our communities voice, to give them voice, to give them media which is interactive and accountable to them, not to someone else outside of their communities and outside of their interests and their needs. This is what Walad al-Balad is really about. To do so, we've built everything from scratch. We've trained our teams basic reporting skills. We have built up institutions. We have developed our own distribution networks. We've taught people how to use cameras. We now have 9 integrated newsrooms across the country. We have requests for many more. We've developed a prototype in terms of business development for other people who are interested in developing independent local media in Egypt, which is something which did not exist before we came onto the scene. And the response has been absolutely amazing. At a time when Egypt has gone through successive waves of revolution and counter-revolution, at times of great political polarization, security difficulties, Walad al-Balad has continued to grow, and its communities have continued to respond to it positively. We have people who were learning how to write a story, a basic story just a few years ago, now becoming trainers and providing media literacy training in their communities, working on infographics, developing the only specialized reporting in community media in Egypt. We now have a team in Barcelona which is hacking at an international conference. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And the fact that it was built up in such a short amount of time shows how much potential there is. The response from our communities was also amazing. We have found that local government has responded positively. We run now a campaign with local governments called We Hear You, in which people bring us their problems and we print them, and then local government responds to those problems, and we create a flow of communication around issues of importance to local communities. We have local universities, regional universities, outreaching us, asking us to come in for training, local high schools coming in for the same. So we're working with all different types of stakeholders in local communities who haven't found anyone who is interested in their work. And what we've seen is the development of something that breaks all of those stereotypes we have about what provincial Egypt is, what kind of capacity there is, and what Egyptian media can look like if it's just given the chance. All of our team members have worked very hard in the past 3.5 years to bring us here. And this award means to us that we are not on our own, that we don't work in isolation, that we work with our communities, and that we also work with all of you, all of those people who think that independent, ethical, professional journalism is a value added and is something that is essential to democracy and to better lives of people. And so if I could ask for anything to be better, it would have been that the 120 people that work within our network would be here with me tonight to receive this award with me and to be represented in their own right. And just to say that, I'm very proud to be receiving this and to say that there is a new face to Egyptian journalism. There really is. And that it is a face that is forward-looking, that is innovative, that it is committed to public service journalism and the truth, whatever that may bring. Thank you.
Well, there's no way I could put it better than she has, and that really speaks absolutely wholeheartedly for what One World Media is all about. We live in a globalized world, and everybody in this room and everybody who has put their shoulder to the One World wheel is part of the endeavor to ensure it stays globalized and not just a one-way dialogue between the deaf. So let's go forth and multiply still further. Let us increase. Let's make this year's 2-hour award ceremony 3 hours next year. It seems that new categories emerge each year, but thank you very, very much for everything everybody here has done to bring about what has been achieved in all this work tonight. And congratulations. The bar is now open. You can go and enjoy, and there's even pudding. So can it get better than that? Thank you very much.